Hi everyone, it's me Cheryl. I hope you're all alright. First opportunity in a while to do a video. Although I had a couple of false starts trying to do a car vlog. The first time I tried to do it, no audio. Second time I tried to do it, I just never got a chance to edit it and upload it. And same with the third. And the reason why is because I'm doing a lot of work on my email at the moment. But now I've got an opportunity to actually do a video. I'm here and I'm happy to report that the Mitre Corner Square Blanket is finished. I finished it on the 29th of June and I sewed in the ends on the 30th and I blocked it on the 1st of July. So I will insert a picture because you can see better what it's all about. In the meantime, I'll just hold it up. I'm still here. Yeah. So I know you don't get the full benefit of it here, just holding it up like this, so I will definitely insert the picture, but it's on the blocking mats at that time, but you get the full benefit of what it's like. So I'm really happy with how that turned out, and there are a couple of changes I would make for future blankets. And that was, remember when I started to do I think it was the second column, I'll have mentioned it in one of my previous videos, that I started to do a crochet cast on. I would do a crochet cast on for the whole lot, because you start with an odd number of stitches, so in my case it was 81. I would crochet cast on all of them, because then you're picking up the edge stitches and crochet cast on the remaining, say it'll be 40, the one is in the middle, and same all the way up. And when you're starting at the bottom, you crochet cast on, then pick up stitches. So I would crochet cast on all the time, because it gives a lovely chain for which to work in to pick up the edge stitches around the outside. And that is the only change I would make. And yeah, this is something I would definitely do again at some point, in the hopefully not too distant future. And I would definitely do the crochet cast on. So if you're thinking of doing a Mitre Corner Square blanket, consider a crochet cast on all the time, especially if you're going to do a border. I'll just put that back. Right, with the same yarn I'm also making a little jumper, a child's jumper. I've done the back. It's very curly at the moment because it's all stockinette stitch on the back. So it's with the same yarn. You can see how that would work up without the garter stitch. Hey, you know, it'll go with it, that's fine. But I'll show you a picture of the sweater I'm doing. It's on Cheryl Brunette's Sweater 101. And she gives you this little packet. It's a drop shoulder sweater. And this is what it would look like. But of course in my colour yarn. And she has a series of videos how to knit a sweater, and she shows you how to knit that sweater on your own gauge. And I highly recommend you trying that if you want to do your own stuff. It's absolutely fantastic, and that's what I'm doing. I have got the full Sweater 101, which is why a few years ago I was able to do my nephews, my two nephews, their raglan jumpers. I didn't use a Sweater 101, but I used the guide from Cheryl Brunette's, you know, that drop shoulder one. She gives you that one for free, but the Sweater 101, you can either buy the book form or the PDF, and I bought the PDF because of shipping, so yeah. So that's that done, and I'm afraid I can't show you the socks I finished, because they're for somebody in December. I just like to keep things as a nice surprise for everybody, so anyway, I've started on another pair of socks, and they're coming up alright so far. I'm not on the gusset increases yet, but this is the yarn, and it reminds me of another one. I'll tell you in a minute. I'll tell you what yarn it is first. It's there we are. It's King Cole Zigzag. That's what yarn that is. Now I wish I could remember what I made. It reminds me of a yarn I got many years ago called Peyton's. It was Peyton's, it was a DK, and it was like, I don't know if it's prints or paint. And this particular colour was called Jeans. And it looked exactly like this, except it was DK weight. And I can't remember what I made with it. But I know with some of the leftover, with that I mixed it with a black and did a spiral hat, which was a pattern from, I think it was Zoe's. Something spiral hat, I can't quite remember what it was called. But I did that with some of the leftover, but I can't remember what I did with the one that looks like this, the DK. But also, what I found with that Deep Peyton's Jeans, whatever it was called, it was very similar to a Red Heart one. And I can't remember what that was called either. I'm good, me, aren't I? But I noticed, you know, sometimes different yarn brands have very remarkably similar yarns, and you wonder if it's all been made in the same factory and renamed. Like, for instance, apparently Michael's Loops and Threads, there's a yarn, and it looks remarkably like the one you can get from Palm Stretcher, which I've been making a lot of CJ's hats over the years, you know, on the loom, which also looks like the ice yarn ones. It's like a chunky weight, and it's so very similar the way you think they've all been made in that factory in Turkey. They must have. But anyway, what I've also been doing is, while I've been sorting out this email issue, I've been making squares. I'm trying to think how many I've already made. I may have already made these. These are corner to corner squares. So I think, because I decided to just stick with the colours that I already had and just finish them off. So I think I made all these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and a half, because I'm doing one now. Still in that pistachio, chartreuse colour, whatever. And these are all corner to corner squares. So basically like dishcloths. And they're going to be all sewn together for a blanket. Now, I started on this ages ago and put it to one side, but because I've been doing this email stuff, I've been able to do this as well, because it's such a small project. So this email thing I've been doing, it's basically I'm mothballing an email address I've had since around 2002 or 2003. And at first there was like a limit into how many emails you could have in your inbox, and I would get a notice saying, you must start deleting some emails, you know, you've reached your limit, or you're getting to reach your limit. And then sometime after that they decided it's unlimited, you know, you don't have to delete emails so much. Well, it's like a 17-year-old email account, and I got lazy, and it's things like, say for example, I have a Kindle and I'll get something through from Amazon saying, oh, Kindle books you might be interested in. And I'll go, let's have a look at them. Oh, I'll have a look later. And it's many of them, and it's many receipts from eBay and stuff like that, purchases that I've made years ago. So yeah, I've been sorting through all that, and I'm still sorting through. I've cleared my inbox. I've stopped emails from coming in, I hope, and told necessary people and accounts that I've got a different email address, and now I've just got to go through the folders. There's some folders where I really need to fine tooth comb them, delete what's not needed, and then I can export it. No, I'll import it from my new email address into there. It'll be all sorted, but it's been such a big job so far. How many weeks has it been going on so far? I need to have a look. 3 weeks so far. Mind you, I've done a lot in 3 weeks, so that's quite amazing. So I don't want to export. No, I'm not exporting it from that one. I'm importing it from a new one. I don't want to import too many that are not necessary, because it can take up to 2 days apparently, and I agree with that given the fact that I've got a lot of emails still in the folders I need to sort through. But if I comb through it and delete what's not necessary, that shouldn't take as long. And I've tested it on a different email, messed around, created a couple of fake emails. Well, they're just testing emails, and I've tested the process of importing it into my new email account from my new email account, and it worked really well. So now I know how it can be done. I just have to do it. So it's just a case of really examining emails in certain folders, and yes, I want to keep that. No, I don't want to keep that. And doing that. Things you have to do though, but I got lazy. But at least with my new email account, I'm keeping on top of it, deleting what's not necessary, and it's all going smoothly, so that's okay. But it's making sure everybody has the email address who needs the email address. Okay, so my plan of action for projects is to complete this jumper, complete these socks. This is the first of two, and that's it for the moment. Just plod on with those squares for the moment. That's the things I'm mainly concentrating on right now, and it's good that I am able to concentrate on them right now, so rather than just drifting thinking, oh, I want to do this, oh, I want to do that, well, yeah, I do want to do this, that and the other, but it's that's how you get all these whips. And I'm trying to get through them, because there is another blanket I want to do. I've got the yarn for it. It's fluffy yarn, and I started it on that S-loom, the knitting board one, and I couldn't see what I was doing. So then I started to cast on so many stitches on a really long cord, but it was longer than I expected it. And I thought, I can't, this is horrible, I know what I'm going to do. So I pulled it all out. Unfortunately, I couldn't untangle some bit towards the end, so there's a little bit that's missing. I'm going to do it corner to corner, so I'll increase to a certain size, then just start decreasing, and that should be fine. But that is after I've finished definitely the jumper, maybe those little, some of those little squares. Well, that's an ongoing at the moment, that's for while I'm sorting out my email, but for the evening, yeah, definitely. And I've also got my younger son's blanket to keep plodding on with, because I discovered, and I don't know if I've mentioned this before, I was messing around with entrelac, Tunisian crochet entrelac, and the best teacher I've seen so far, I mean I've only seen one, and she's a really good teacher. It's Beth in Texas, and she shows you how to do it in several videos. And so I was messing around with two different yarns, doing this crochet entrelac, and I thought that's fantastic, and I thought, what am I doing? I'm not actually making a project, so I'm going to pull them all out. But I've realised the crochet entrelac is actually, the way it's done, I can use them as joining squares for my son's blanket. So as well as doing the mitre corner as a joining square, I can use the Tunisian crochet, the way she teaches for the entrelac. I can actually do that, and I will do that. So that gives a bit more variety. So that's the plan for the moment, for the immediate future. Floating dust. Oh yeah, I managed to phone my friend the other week about a shoe size for the sock. I'm just really nervous talking on the phone. I don't really like to do it, which is why I was a bit wary. Last time I was thinking, I don't want to speak on the phone, but I did it and it's fine. But, I mean, why should I be afraid of talking to my friend? That's just crazy, isn't it? It's just this phone phobia I have. Like talking on the phone, not texting or using the phone as a computer, but just, it's talking on the phone. And I definitely don't like talking to voicemail. I don't mind leaving a message, but when you're trying to, you know, you want to say something that's important. It's not like, yeah, just to confirm this plan here, there, and what this date, this time. That's fine. But when it's something you need to actually discuss, voicemail, and you're like, oh God, it's a voicemail. I want to talk to a human. But anyway, I managed to get the information I needed, so I will be doing those socks, and because it's a plain sock, I'm going to have a go at 2 at a time, toe up sock. And yeah, also because I've got 2 50-gram balls of that particular yarn, so yeah, I'm really happy about that. That's my next project, but I want to do that one at home rather than at Knit and Natter, so that's another thing for me to plod on with. So yeah, that's everything for the moment I have to show you and talk about, and I will see you in another video. So don't forget to like, subscribe, leave a message, let's talk, you know. Take care everyone, bye!